Wappa 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 ba. Welcome to the random impromptu live stream of Pot Squatch Growers. I don't think a lot of you'll tune in tonight, and that's all right. It's not one of our normal live stream times. But I just got home from work and got off the phone running my mouth at a cab company that didn't show up to take care of some of my patrons and our band members to get them home. So I figured, fuck, I come on. What's up, Range 85, baby? How you doing? How's your night been? Or day? Wherever you at. How's it been going? Gonna roll a little joint here, get a little stoned. Have maybe some beers, you know, and say hello. Fuck yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Pot Squatch Growers Random Live Stream. Recovering from drinks last night. It happens, Range 85, but hair of the dog. Keep drinking, you know what I'm saying? Mostly weed. Hey, Squatchy, sorry about your friend, man. Hey, it's all right, man. Don Pep was someone who's like, you know, I never met him in person, but I knew him through the internet. And he's been a cool proponent of the Pot Squatch Grower live stream, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Much Much, baby? How you doing? I need a fucking grinder. Where did I put my grinder? Where did it go? What's up, Hooch UK 420, baby? How you doing? I'm working on my new Do-It-Yourself light. Nice, mostly weed. What you building on these ones, baby? I'm trying to find a grinder myself. It exists. The question is where? I found it! Nice. That is not rolling papers. There we go. Also, to let everybody know, we're going to be bringing you a lot of awesome video content, possibly a live stream show, but I'm really busy tomorrow, so it might just be videos. But I got a lot of work to do tomorrow. I'm going to be making a shitload of raws, and I'm also going to be doing a lot of work in the actual laboratory. I'm going to be doing a lot of cleaning out of plants, trimming plants, clearing them out, getting ready, amping up to get ready to flower, which will probably be starting on realistically Tuesday or Wednesday. And we're going to be flipping that Mars Hydrolite too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big video showing you what am I going to do to that giant motherfucking, thing. I've just watched your vid on legalization from a year ago, walking the plants. Well, what if I want to walk the plants, Mush Mush, right? What's up, Trichrome? How you doing? Okay, 1 second here. No, stop it, phone. Hey, Pod Squatch. My condolences. Got a question for you. I'm a first-time grower. Worried about my flavor of my bud. The question is, do the flavors come in after the cure? Well, okay. Okay. Let me roll my joint before I be frank about how finishing marijuana goes. 1 second here. What's up, Stuart Parkins? How you doing, baby? Give me a second here, everybody. Let me get this joint rolled, and we'll get into questions and getting into it, baby. Oh, fuck yeah, Trichrome. Where in Ireland are you? Well, that didn't bust up the way I thought it would. That's all right. We'll roll a toothpick. Give me a moment, everybody. I'm just gonna fucking roll this joint. We'll hop back on that train. What's up, Magic Mike, baby? How you doing? Oh, fuck yeah. Well, I'll have to come pay you a visit. We'll go for points here, bud. Because me and the wife are going to eventually do a big old, top morning to you, Mush Mush. Or you said it's Trichrome. But we're going to be doing a Euro trip coming through Europe eventually when we can save enough money to do it. And, well, part of what I'd love to do as part of our trip is wherever we end up going, we're going to come visit some of the fucking fans out wherever you are. Oh, fuck yeah, Mush Mush. You know me. I'm coming to Scotland, man. Because I'm Irish, Scottish, Welsh, German, and English. Where's my fucking lighter now? Oh, there it is. Ho, 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 ho. Wheat Titty's coming along, still vegging. We're going to be flipping pretty soon, and I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos tomorrow showing how I'm going to get ready to flip those Wheat Titties. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so the question about your flavor. Okay, let's go back to Stephen Jones, everyone, for a moment. I'm going to answer that question. Stephen Jones, curing and drying. So when you start drying your pot, the smell's going to go away, or the taste of the flavor is going to go away to a certain point, and it will come back and reaffixate itself into the Wheat Titty's existence over time. But if you did not properly take care of that plant and have it produce terpenes and resins and keep it healthy during its flowering process, and it's and veg is important part to it too. Before you flip, there is a chance it never will come back. It'll get you high, but it might taste like hay and smell like shit. And I'm not trying to be a dick in saying that. I'm just sharing that that's part of why we work really hard to attempt to do our jobs right. So that when we take it down, we dry it out, we trim it out, and keep it curing. 1 second here. I got a text here. Let's see if I can text them back. 1 second. And I'm back. Sorry, I had to send a text message, but I'm back. Don't worry, everybody. It's all good. Okay, so pH, I can talk about that, Lehman Eastman. When you say EC, what are you referencing, baby? What's up, Lone Stoner, 72 Stoner? How you doing, baby? But also, too, but yeah, Pot Squatch on tour. Maybe we'll make a documentary film out of it. I don't know. Or maybe we'll just get drunk and make some memories. Hey! Electrical conductivity. Okay, so, and in what reference are we talking about? Like, where are you trying to conduct electricity? Are you talking about wiring a light? Are you talking about wiring your house, your amperages? What? Give me some more here. And again, stop using abbreviations. Use the big segment here so I can talk to you. Oh, ppm is EC, Posquatch. Well, thank you, Lee Clark. I'm going to hit you with something. It's going to freak you out. I don't feed with ppm, and I know what my water is. I know a healthy living soil culture is going to be okay. So I don't pH and I don't ppm. I know. It's going to freak out a lot of people. It freaks out a lot of my buddies, but my Wheat Titties come up better than theirs. So I'm an old school, new school hybridization there. For me personally, ppm is a great way to test your water. pHing is a great way to test your water. But unless you're having serious fucking issues with your shit, I don't really normally utilize that, to be completely honest. Yes, you can, Lone Stoner. What I would do for that one is you're just going to take the juice, but you're going to dilute it. You're also going to let it sit out in the open air for a little bit before you take those juice-free lemons and use that to adjust your issues with the alkaline nature of your soil right now. In your water, or just for your plants in general? Like your plants, your Wheat Titty, like, oh, I got some iron deficiency. No worries, brother. I got your back, Lone Stoner. Tell Lily Squatch and Harley Squatch, I say what's up. Tell Tina Squatch, I say what's up. No, I should call her Tina Squatch. I should call her Doll Master Making Squatch. Dun, dun, dun. For a sip of beer, baby. Well, to be fair, I had a couple beers at home, or at work, not home. I'm at home now. Good point, mostly weed, but make sure it's an unsulfured black bootstrap molasses if you can get it. To be fair, you can use the sulfured molasses and all this. It's just not great, just because it's going to throw off other things that you're going to be feeding or incorporating into your soils, and it's going to push it through the roof, man. You know, having some sulfur or sulfate in there is not a bad thing, but it's like you need to be careful because they stack up very quickly. Hey, Sam G, what's up? Welcome to the Posquatch Army. Doesn't matter if you've been a Posquatch for a day or for years. It's okay. And we're actually coming up on our 2-year anniversary now, so we can almost say years now. August 10th this year will be the 2-year anniversary of this YouTube channel existing. Oh, fuck yeah, mostly weed. You got to be very, very careful. It is crazy, trippy world of it's a bit careful. Okay, Magic Mike. If you're using like drainage pebbles or aeration rock with cocoa, cocoa has basically no nutrients to it. So if you are running into issues and you're following like kind of recommended things of this or that, a lot of those recommendations often are based off of a hydroponic system that you're replenishing and checking your reservoir every single day. But if you're soil growing, it's assuming that you're using soil that has some precursor nutrients to it. So I would say number one, more than likely you're needing to feed a little bit more, but don't do it too quickly. Build it up, slowly adjust, and then your plant can kind of roll with it. You know what I'm saying? I know my cat fucking he picks a hair tie up or a duck and he starts walking around. Beautiful boy. Bit of an asshole sometimes, but that's partly why I love him. But you know. It's funny though. See, mostly I almost think my cat's doing it this weird, like he's fixed obviously, but I think it's like a weird sexual thing for him. Or just that he's lonely. And when I think that, I feel bad inside. I'm like, oh. Because the puppies are kind of mean to him. They aren't friends to him. They're just barking. And I think they're trying to be friends in the way their brains work. But he's like, dude, you hurt my head, man. Psychedelic trader, that's okay. I mean, the amount of things as a young grower that I did that was stupid beyond belief. I mean, now we live in a day and age where information is very accessible. So do research, do reading, and also be aware that there's a lot of misinformation and negative stupidity out there in terms of pot. But so take that with a grain of salt when you're reading. But at the same time, you know, taking risks as a new grower, fucking around with shit. Don't be paranoid. I see that more and more today with the ease of access of information and misinformation on the internet. A lot of new growers who are really excited, like, get nervous. Like, okay, we always get nervous. We always have that passion. We want to check, we want to do it right. But people seem to be so afraid to take risks now in terms of their grows when they're just starting out to learn. Some of the tricks that I do now, I didn't learn anywhere. I figured them out and I got to know. And then as I grew as a grower, I learned why it liked that or why the weed titties were better because of that. And so don't be afraid to fuck around a bit. Don't be a fucking idiot. Do reading. Use your best to kind of play with it within your own spectrum of things, right? But that's where breakthroughs come from. There will never be a set knowledge of growing pot or doing anything. There's always room for expansion, for forward movement, for learning. And so never cut yourself off from that. The day you do is the day you learn everything and become an idiot. Now I need to read messages for a moment, and then we'll one second. No worries, Magic Mate. I love you, baby. Pet the cat. No, I do, but I'm doing a live stream, so I can't right now. And he doesn't really like being pet. He bites. He just likes sitting close to you, I think. But the dogs get in the way sometimes. But we cuddle in the mornings. So will the seedling that has sprouted do a can cocoa, or does the cocoa need pre-washes with nudes? Well, try combing. I mean, okay. Do you want me to? Okay, I can answer that in two ways. Do you want me to answer it that you're sticking with cocoa only and doing your thing? And I'll answer it that way. Or do you, no, you probably want it that way. Why would you ask? Okay, so don't pre-wash. Now again, see, I'm coming back to how I would rather do it. If you want to go straight cocoa, still don't go straight cocoa. What I would do, go straight cocoa in the bucket, and then get a nice soil in a cup, and then you're going to take that transplanting cup, start it in soil, your seedling, and then take some more dirt, dig a bigger hole, put some dirt around that, and then plant it to that. That's going to give it the initial first couple of weeks, sort of an initial base for its nerve center to happen. Okay, and then after a few weeks, knowing that it's now reaching out, it's been reaching out heavily into that cocoa, looking for stuff with your water. Then you can start kind of doing it. I would start maybe at week 2 doing a subtle 1/3 kind of mild thing, slowly bringing it up, slowly training the plant, but just for ease of use, to make your life easier. And to make it, in my humble 2 cents, a better technique. If you're wanting to go with cocoa as your main thing for a majority of your root medium and in your container, do it that way. That's what I would say. That's what I would do. What would Potsquatch do? That's what I would do. Do you play your girls' music to pass the time? I sometimes do that. I mean, in terms of my long-term girls, I mean, I have a lot more free time now because I've been reducing my time at the pub. So I'm very excited to upgrade things and really start to play. What I've done in this laboratory is I've just basically set it up in a basic sense, but I know it's going to work because I've been so busy, and I still am. I'm busier now than I was before, but at least I'm doing things that I'm passionate about and working on. So my cats are indoors. Well, used to be outdoors, but he sees the neighbor's cats. You see, mine sees the neighbor's cats too, but I live in the woods. Bears, cougars, and bobcats are mine, you know. Okay, Trichrome says a taproot, I mean. So will a seedling that has sprouted do okay in cocoa, or does the cocoa need to... No, I answered that. Or a taproot, I mean. Well, no, because you got to remember, like, cocoa inherently doesn't really have any real nutrition in it, right? Look at what makes up, for example, a soil. It's a breakdown of multiple parts, humuses, etc. And it's got lots of inherent, nutrients, minerals, secondary nutrients, lots of beautiful, happy things, living cultures. If it's a living soil, I mean, all soil in one sense to a point is living. It just depends on how much is living in it. But anyway, right? But cocoa is not something that quite has that. Plus, also, you need to treat the fuck out of cocoa because you will get raped by thripes. Cocoa comes with thripes more often than not. Not a bad thing about it, just the nature of it. You got to treat and deal with that in terms of using cocoa. Well, exactly, mostly weed, but I'm sorry, that seed has no more power than an 1.5-inch rootlet and making initial bicuspids at maximum. Doesn't matter the seed, that's all the energy the seed has. After that point, developing that initial fibrils on its main taproot, after that, it's going to need to search things out. That's what triggers it to go out. It's looking for eating. It's hungry. It's like Pac-Man. It's like, I need to eat shit. I need to grow. Lone Stunner, that's fine. Stroke the titties, but be careful. Don't want to damage too many trichromes, baby. Exactly, Stuart Parkins. The plant does tell them. Oh, they got some nice hairs. I love good pistillization on the plant. It's very nice. No. I mean, you could. Trichome, you could. But, like, me and mostly we might have a slightly different opinion on this, but, like, there's nowhere near enough food for you to develop anything more than a 0.5 centimeter bicuspid set, or to a centimeter bicuspid set, in my humble 2 cents in that seed. Everything after that is coming from exteriors. And there's very little on cocoa, next to nothing. So I would start in a small amount of soil. Even if you just go get soil from outside. Dig some soil, pasteurize it in your fucking oven, ground it up, do that. It's just going to make it easier, make your plant happier and healthier to start, and then it can go become a cocoa loving bitch. I'm not trying to be forceful, I'm just trying to help. Because I have conducted experiments before. And if I can save you from doing a bad experiment that I already figured out, so you can go do a smarter experiment and figure something cool out that I can learn about from you, that's a good story, I think. Magic Mike, it depends on one. I mean, there is the old wives' tale, for example, where people are like, if you go start from seed, it's better than a clone. Well, if we're talking like I'm going to try to clone a clone outside, yeah, the seed might take harder in one sense. But you don't move a clone like a tiny baby clone outside, in my humble 2 cents. If you're going to go switch to outside, grow that bitch out a little bit. Get her to a nice sturdiness. And then take her outside. If you have an outside plant, you can clone those cuttings, but still clone those inside. I don't want to do it outside. And this is just my style. There's people who do it that way. I just have issues with it. Excuse me. Good morning. Wish I could stay and chill with everyone, but hey, I got to get ready to go drifting today. If anyone's around Shannonville, come to the track. Hashtag boom, Steve G. What are you driving today, bud? Well, exactly. Or if you find a phenotype that you really love, keep a mother. Like the only way to have true genetic consistency, to have the exact same product, especially if you're doing it or wanting to do it in a place that's now legal or going to become legal and you want to do this as a business, the only way to have true genetic consistency is you have your set mothers. You take the fuck care of those bitches and you can keep them alive for decades and decades and decades. And you clone off the original source because genetic degradation will eventually happen. And if you go from seed, like when you go to a dispensary, has anyone here gone to a dispensary if they have dispensaries where they're from, and then they go get a bag of weed, and it all kind of smell the same, but it's kind of different too, and they're like that doesn't look like this nug much, like this differences, look at the color and shit, look at those pictures and shit, look different. They could all be technically the same strain. But what they've done is grown a bunch of plants from seed rather than cloning and propagating asexually from a single sourced mother sequence to replicate the exact same product. Mostly weed, I can't speak to that because I'm not a huge cocoa fan. I like cutting cocoa into my soil. The soils that I'm using, now they come that way because it's easy and it's cheap right now. And I don't have the money to buy all the things I'd like to cut together, but Pro Mix makes a one that is, I think it's 10 or 20% cocoa, and I like throwing a little bit of there in there. It's very nice. Danny A, no fucking problem. Thank you for being part of the Pot Squash Growers Army. Thank you for joining the community, and have a fucking good time. Hashtag boom, weed titties. Lehman Eastman, watering in general, regardless of medium, is not a set time schedule because there's a lot of other secondary variables in terms of indoor growing. You've got your humidity index, how hot is it in there, like temperatures, this or that. So more, you need to learn to watch both your plants and your soil and know when it's ready to water. So, and that is going to be true regardless of any medium. Learn to know what the consistency of your cocoa is when it's too dry, and then watch your plant too. And then these things come to you over years. Like I don't even think about it anymore. I don't even think about when I should water a feed. Well, I do, but it's like I don't think about it like, oh, when should I? I'm like, oh, I think it's time for this. Your plant tells you. No, Sam G. He leaves them alone. The dogs, on the other hand, love to eat weed. Well, exactly, mostly weed. That's the thing. I think a big part of it is we all need to shift the way we approach, the way we process growing knowledge. There's people out there vastly simpler than any of us that grew pot. There's naturally occurring weed that happens in Mother Nature on its own. That's amazing. So let's not overthink the wheel in the way of where we're trying to reinvent it. Let's learn the wheel that it comes naturally, both in terms of genetics, species, and phenos, and watching the plant psychology. That's what I like to call it. And, that's kind of watching the leaves, the structural identities, and it's going to tell you what's wrong with it. But, let's learn to... here's a good way to put it. Think about learning to grow a weed, not about learning how to, master something that's control mechanism with all these set rules. Think about growing weed as learning how to spin a plate down the hill the whole time and be the best plate spinner down the hill. That is what learning and working with a living organism in terms of learning and loving it is the way to process it or the way to approach knowledge for it, if that makes sense to you. I liked it personally. I might be stoned. I only smoked a little bit though, so I should be okay. I think that's a good way to think about it. You're learning to augment the system of it and help it along and play with it and this and that. Plus, we're also, if in indoor growing, recreating Mother Nature. So that's kind of a whole second plate. So we're spinning two plates now down the thing. But if you think about it, they could be attached because they are coexisting. So they're two plates. Maybe there's an axle. Maybe it makes it easier. Now I'm getting a little deep and stoner in that. So I'm going to leave that one alone and move on. But, whoa, there's a lot of fucking things to read. One second, everybody. Fuck yeah, mostly weed. Happens to the best of us. Lehman Eastman in general, yeah, like it is a fucking weed. We named it that. Like it's one of the toughest, most resilient plants in on the planet. But at the same time, it's not just growing weed titty. Since the explosion in the 70s of indoor growing and like super high end cannabis becoming a thing, we're also on a mission now to kind of tweak that bitch out as much as we can, but do it in a way, personally, in a way that can respect the weed titty and the plant. But yeah, so it's a bit of both. I guess if that makes sense, a bit of both. Nice one. Try calling me. I tried my friend's Gorilla Glue that he, gave me. It's all right. I'm gonna probably roll another joint, smoke my bubblegum, or no blueberry. I nearly killed my mom. No, I read that. Luckily, I had to do it. Read that. Big head, Steve, track on me. What's a dispensary? Dispensary Lone Stoner is a legal store or a gray zone black market store that exists in certain loopholes of law, typically in North America these days. I don't know if they exist in other parts of the world in the same way, and we've called it that. It's a North American term, I guess. But yeah, you can walk in, you become a member. How it worked in Vancouver for years was like you're a medical person, you come in, and it's not real legal medical permits. You just have a membership at this place. And you walk in and be like, talk to a doctor. Doctor's like, okay, boom, welcome. Or if you walk in with a note from your doctor, like, I have cancer. I was like, oh, welcome to the Canna Clinic. What can we get for you today? And it's kind of like a smorgasbord of pot, but often riddled with misinformation, mislabeled strains, and I don't know. It's both a liberating, amazing new entity that exists in the modern world, but also most dispensaries anger me quite deeply in terms of just what they charge and what they call it and how they're wrong. What's up, Sean Infield? Welcome and good morning. Nice one, mostly weed. I'm still I'm a soil guy. I love my soil. Soil's the way to go for this motherfucker. Doctor, it's okay. Oh, you probably haven't missed too much, Stuart Harper, but welcome to the fucking hood. Come in anytime, and the good thing about this is like, you can always watch it back. At least that's what they tell me. I'm always too nervous. No, I'm just joking. I watch some of them, but I skim through it. I'm like, okay, 20 minutes. Oh, I don't sound like a total idiot. Okay. Shh. Nope, don't sound like a total idiot. Like, I go through and check. That's kind of my approach to it. Does Canada have land races? To my basic understanding, any of the continents in their own forested areas do have naturally occurring land races. If I met ditchweed and random things or other things from people's crops, or was it there from years ago? Who knows? To find true land races in Canada, you're going to have to go out into a tundra and a true depth of Canada where humans barely have gone, because like most of our country's unexplored. Like it's wilderness and fucking animals that'll kill you. Like that's not an exaggeration. Canada is almost 3 times the size of America in terms of its land mass. We have like less population in California, but our size is huge. So yes, we have many naturally occurring land races. I haven't personally gone and found any, and I don't know if I've ever really met one, but yes, they do exist. They're out there, like aliens, but they're probably easier to find. Well, exactly. Mostly, we think about it like even as people, like we exist in different places, and we've all evolved in different ways, where we have different traits, right? It's really sunny in Africa, right? So their plants might need less water. That fucking makes sense. The pigment of their skin is darker than ours if we're coming from places white people that kind of did things and evolved eventually over a long time. So they're better at light. I burn so bad. I go in sun. I like turn like lobster very quick. But then, like a lot of my black brothers, man, we go out to the beach and they're like, dude, like, why are you hiding under the umbrella all the time? I'm like, dude, I don't like sunscreen. I don't like how it feels, and it's not very good for you. And I'm just gonna wear a lot of shades, drink cold beer, and I'm gonna have to eventually take a break and sit under an umbrella for a while. Because I shut down at 22 degrees Celsius. Oh, exactly, Joshua. And pests and climates and all these variables have led to how all of this beautiful, different cannabis has evolved across the planet. It's fucking dope. They're speaking to each other through the live stream, Lone Stoner. T-Pins. One, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to agree with that. One, I have been mastered hydro in many senses, and I'll go toe to toe with any hydro person out there. I like soil. I haven't done hydro in years, but that's an aggressive statement, and that will not be allowed here. There's no declarative statements. If you can't do this, then you're a bitch. You're a bitch. I'll outgrow you any fucking day. You come here to a safe place. You get aggressive with people being mean like that. I'm sorry, motherfucker. I don't like that shit. Okay? I'm not being mean. You can stay. You can be part of community. But declarative statements that are condescending like that, I will not fucking allow here. And if you want to play, I will prove you wrong. And I will destroy you. Okay? I don't want this. I'm not aggressive man, passionate man. Just be happy, share. You could instead say, I personally feel that hydroponics and mastering that or getting very good at that is like where growing is for me, in my opinion. It's the way I like to grow marijuana, and I think the best marijuana comes from there. And for me as a grower, this is what I think. That's allowed. Declarative condescending bullshit, like you just said, is not. And I hope you understand, my friend. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not scolding you. But this is my fucking YouTube. And this is my school, my community. And occasionally, I'm going to get pissed off and speak up and say no. Okay? I love you. As long as you can respect my words. Beep done. I'm not 100% sure which language that is, so I'm sorry I cannot respond. If you can translate it into something I can read, I'm happy to answer that. Unless it's something like what? Right, Bob Anonymous? That is the way it works. Oh, T-Pins. You have a beautiful day, my friend. Just remember the name Pot Squatch Growers. Wednesday, I'm CEO of Incorporated Company, bringing grow equipment eventually to the world. And remember the name Pot Squatch. My friend, welcome to the real game. Bring it on, baby. Never come back if you don't want. It's okay. Just remember the name Pot Squatch, okay? I'll see you soon. Dude, I've got even ginger Celtic friends who don't burn. They're even like fair skinned than I and like full of gingers. Um, and I don't understand how it works. I'm like, where'd you get that gene? Because I didn't get that. But yet, like, we're very close genetically. Genetics are funny. You know, you can discover a beautiful scale anywhere in terms of the human genome, the weed titty genome. It's amazing. That's okay. But at the same time, my friends, when a little bitch like T-Pins comes in here and starts waving their little fucking prick dick, T-Pins has probably never grown weed. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being new and having an opinion even a little bit. but a declarative statement. That's like saying, I am the master of growing weed. That's a person who loses everything. That's why I've always said on this channel, lesson one, the true grower is the forever student. And that is how growing goes. And that is, it's a diverse world of 1,001 roads to the same destination. Well, 2 destinations. No, we'll give it 3. Beautiful weed titty, mediocre weed titty, and shitty weed titty. There's 3 destinations. That's it. But 1,001 bajillion ways to get there. I mean, for me, land races is still a thing. It still exists in a lot of parts of the world because it is so untamed. So, land race, in my personal writing of the definition, in my humble 2 cents as a grower and someone who I'd like to think I'm not a complete idiot, there are places within this world where we can go and we can find untouched clusters of cannabis out in forests or fields or valleys or this or that we haven't found or touched. So they do exist, and that is what a land race is. It is rare, and a lot of people will throw that name onto it, and they'll say to you, and bear that in mind. But they're hard to come by. They get rare by the day, in terms of what's available. And like you talk to someone and they gave it to you. I have some land races that were gifted by to me from a source and old people who passed away that I know are. But I don't throw that term around lightly, but I love it. Fuck yeah, Steve G. You have fun, my friend. I'll be thinking of you, brother. Where's Shannonville in Canada, Steve G? Mush, mush? No. None of that was your fault. Don't you for a second feel bad about that. That little prick was a little bitch. And he was being a dick and a condescending dingus. That's not how. No, 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 no. So much, much. No, 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 no. Hydroponic growing is a legitimate way. Some little tit fuck came in here, was a little dick. He's like, I'm going to get off here, and I'm probably living in my grandma or my mom's basement, and never had sex. I've never actually grown weed. I never even sold a joint before. And like, but I'm going to be feeling empowered and strong. I feel sad for that little prick. Because they haven't gone out and experienced anything to actually learn. And they're just spreading negativity and bullshit. So, no, Mosh Mosh, it wasn't you, man. Y'all good. Let's not even give that motherfucker a second thought. Try Chromie, though. I mean, I love the dark joke. Trust me, I love it. But let's not use that because, well, then we're talking actual euthanizing people where we are worthy to judge people's existence. We aren't worthy about that, but we are worthy as people to stand up against things that we don't like. But don't be an aggressive prick about it, Well, you can be aggressive. I'm aggressive sometimes, too. I was probably a little aggressive. You can identify that in my response before, but it's about how we go to it. So, no, just an ignorant prick. Just an ignorant fucking dumbass. And Bob Anonymous, that is the beauty of actually learning. You realize how little you will always know. So you actually have a true value and concept and understanding of what the knowledge you're gaining is. It's beautiful. Oh, Mush Mush, pollen can fucking go forever, dude. Shit gets on the wind. Inside or outside. If you have a huge pollen explosion in an indoor grow, you're going to be fucking cleaning that shit up for fucking ever. It is the biggest pain in the ass. Stuart Harbor, it's all about doing your best and doing your best to stay on top of it. And you can do it. I believe in you. Long brush, I like that. It's just a locally adapted variety. Big part of it is also too especially in this day and age as we grow and expand on our planet. And as much as it hurts my heart a little bit as Sasquatch, Potsquatch, destroy our forests. There are things though that it's also just naturally occurring. Like there's just like cultures that have been naturally developing, like you said, and adapting. But they were there. Like we didn't put them there. We're just like these apes that came along and we're like, oh shit, you're awesome. Can I take you home? We'll be friends. Okay, we'll be friends. I'll take you. And then we go play with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is, I'm sure. I mean, well, because like the fact is one motherfucker lets one male plant that's not even that big bust its nuts. You're about to knock up everybody's plants that have any open air coming into their shit for kilometers. Especially depending on current wind movements and speeds. Yeah, because mostly weed, if they have any THC cannabis coming through, because hemp is it's just a low THC strain of cannabis. They're the same fucking plant. Um, and yeah, it could be a real issue, especially growing at an outdoors large scale. And if you got anyone growing like normal weed that has THC around it, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Raymond Johnson, baby? How you doing? Cameron St. Dennis. Oh, brother, dude, Cameron. We had a little bitch come in here earlier, little dick, and it's okay. We've moved on. You can watch it. You go back and watch it later. Yeah, comes in, he like, yo, man, on just another stupid soil channel. He said that a second ago. His first time it was, yeah, what did he say? Someone remember, help me remember. He was like, oh man, anyone that doesn't know how to master, hydro is a fucking useless knob and doesn't fucking know how to grow weed titties. And so I fucking addressed that pretty quickly and frankly and bluntly. Little aggressive, but you know what? You come in and you be a little cunt bitch punch. I'm gonna be like, I'm sorry. I have to say something to you right now. I don't like that. This is my channel. This is not how learning or the community works. And so a declarative, degrading statement to hurt someone's intelligence and feelings about their mind. Fuck you, bitch. Kind of thing, right? So that's what happens. How's the shrooms at Dan's place? Iowana 644. Ooh, what's her favorite strain? I don't know if she has one. Because she's been learning a lot about cannabis since we've been together. I would say she loves things that are very tasty and smell good, and she also very much likes some of the indica things that taste and smell good. But I would say probably, you know what? It's my strain that I developed, that the Sasquatch strain. I think that's probably her favorite one. Because I actually think a couple of drunk times she's like, my favorite weed strain is the Sasquatch. I was like, you just love me and you're saying that. Happy Sunday, Nathaniel Henderson. Love you, baby. Welcome. Yo, Cams, you still there, baby? Oh, dude, Cameron, they were doing pollen bombs on you? Those motherfucking chaunches. Well, hey, watch it backfire on them. They didn't know the pollen they were dropping. They actually dropped something that was amazing, and you create the next fire strain. You're like, haha, take that, man. Fuck you. Suck on my dick. Well, actually, Sonoevo, you can clean it. You can definitely clean it. Um, but for example, if you've got, let's say, an old school, because a lot of you who are LED probably rocking like a little blurple like this, right? This has so many little nooks and crannies. You will need to scrap this because you're gonna have to break this fucker down and clean everything up. So you're not wrong on that. But for example, my quantum boards, I can take apart in under 10 minutes. They're solid state. Nothing moves. It's cleanable. Use ISO, you're good to go. Southside Boxing. Fuck yeah. And I'm assuming you're talking to me because my name's Josh. So photos of your weed titty plants, send it to potsquatch420 at gmail.com. Well, exactly. Even if I'm just drunk and rambling about some other question or some dickhead who came and fucking attacked our live stream, this is what we're all here for. We share what we know. We stand together. We're the fucking Pot Squatch Growers Army. We're people of all colors, orientations, fucking identifications, superstitions, all out of the world religions. I grew up the son of two priests. It's hard for me, but I'll do that to be even. See, this is me being all inclusive and pushing my comfort zone. Doesn't fucking matter. We're all human fucking beings. We're all pot squatches. We're here to help each other with weed, and fuck, maybe our basic weed helping community thing. If we keep spreading that shit, it can also, because it all applies to the rest of your life too, and the rest of our communities together. It's just a way to be, a way to think. Doesn't mean you're a pussy or a bitch or an asshole or this or that. Doesn't mean you lose freedom. Compassion doesn't mean you lose freedom. If anything, it means you really understand it. Doesn't mean you lose freedom of speech either. Because compassion, awareness, empathy is what leads to your interior mind to really come up with something interesting to use when you utilize that freedom of speech. So that's something that I think that's all beautiful that stems from the way and this community has been growing and being. So fuck yeah. I say hashtag boom. Good point. So now you've got a good point. Good point. I hope they're being considerate, hemp growers, and using a feminized seed because they don't need it to pollinate it itself. They could do that in separate controlled facilities. Oh, Raymond Johnson, of course. Send me pictures along the whole way. I love seeing everything that all my fucking cult pot squatches are working on. It's fucking amazing. Love it. We love you, Trichromy. Army, back out at you. We will talk to you soon, our fellow pot squatch. We love you. Have a beautiful day, night, evening, or middle day. Okay, well, white sounds like a weird, because, okay, powdery mildew doesn't just look in one way. Got to remember, spores are as diverse as cannabis, if not more. So there can be subtle nuances. You can actually have something that would fall under PM and look different than anything you ever saw. But that's actually what it was. But yellow, yellow powder, can you move it? If you rub your finger on it, does it move really easy? Because it sounds like you got pollen fucked. Yeah, Trudeau's an idiot. Trust me, I feel you can. Dude, that breaks my heart, though, man. That's like weed titty warfare. That's like destroying genetics and naturally. Okay, so let's look at this in a different way here. Pot squash for prime minister at this moment for the weed people. This isn't about the politics of the overall candidates, but our weed politics, okay? I, as the leader of Canada, would never use a pollen bomb even against what we call the black or gray market. Because the fact of the matter is, the wheat titty is a beautiful genetic, and we need to keep its integrity safe. And by using a substandard pollen bomb of crap that's gonna go destroy maybe one of the most, we are now making a weed strain possibly go extinct. And that's like making an animal go extinct. So fuck off. Pot squatch for Prime Minister. Ozone generators also to do some negative things in terms of the way your trichromes, your wheat TDs develop, brother. Gotta be careful, especially in closed spaces. You gotta be very careful. It definitely does, mostly weed. But gotta be very careful. Oh, Sean Infeld, I was actually a professional rapper for years and MC throughout Europe. Dude, I'm releasing a rap album with my boy Caden Crooks. He's a producer and rapper in town. He's got his own YouTube. It's not very big. You can check it out. Caden Crooks, fucking dope young rapper. He's like my little brother. And we're gonna actually be releasing a rap album together. Working on it now. I'm coming out of retirement for one album, and I'm not doing shows. Like, if they want to go to shows, they can, but I'll come for like one or two. I want beer and weed and burritos because I like to munch up before I perform. What year is the bug in your pick? Mostly weed, by the way. I'm curious. One second here. Wow, lots of things. Yeah, share people laugh or no way to tell until I flower. One second. Whoa. So quick question. Different plants of the same strain, 3 are up to 9 points on fan leaves, but one only has 7 fan leaves. The biggest. Should I be worried? This one is male. Doctor, no. Cat was scratching the couch. Fan leaves in no way are indicative of gender. All marijuana starts out female. Things will go male on you and it will look like a female. You can't do that. Okay? So, Bob Anonymous, anyone who tells you that you can tell from a seed that it's a male or a female, or for the way the fan leaves or the development is going, that it's a male or a female, that's complete fucking bullshit. The seed, old wives' tale, I've tested it thoroughly off and on throughout years. I've even done eugenics programs to fuck with it, this or that. I've tested it thoroughly. It works half the time. AKA, it's complete bullshit. Southside Boxing, my email is potsquash420@gmail.com. That is POTSQUATCH420@gmail.com. Hey, Pepita Chips, baby. How you doing? Welcome. That's right. I'm not going to lie to you. It's one thing I've always loved about being a grower and being an indoor grower. It's like winter's happening and I'm in my lab. Tropical, wonderful place. And then I go outside, the minus like, well, out west, I mean, I'm lucky if I get minus 12. I love cold temperatures. I grew up minus 30, minus 40 when I was a kid. Fucking was awesome. Fucking wear shorts in minus 25. Felt great. Yeah. Miss Prince, baby. Mwah. Kisses back to you, baby. Welcome. What's up, baby? Psychedelic trader, given what you said happened last time, yeah, definitely not. Motherfucker needs to get healthy. And also, too, you can't use direct piss. You can use piss for your nutrient system. You got to boil it down, though. Yes, it is Lone Stoner. I'm smoking a cigarette. What am I voting for, empty pockets? I'll vote for you, but what are we voting for? Ah, fuck off, Lone Stoner. I beat cancer once, and I got that from drinking high hopped beer. I'll smoke if I want to. You want to know what's fucked up? So no evil. I identify as a socialist, capitalist, liberal. I'm a liberal man. I'm a socialist and a capitalist. I care about people, and I'm a fucking badass. I don't give a shit. I give a shit, but I don't give a shit. So please don't sanctify those words. There's a possible thing to have a liberal, socialist, capitalist, badass leader. It's called Potsquatch. Trudeau's just a dumbass bitch. He was a fucking drama teacher. Not to be mean to drama teachers. If any of you are drama teachers, don't feel bad. I've taught classes too, but you eventually become a drama teacher if you cannot make a successful career as an actor. Often. And the fact of the matter is, we made him prime minister after that. That was his credentials. I voted for him because he'd say he'd legalize weed. And then he fucked that up and gave me Prohibition 2.0 of draconian law-based bullshit. Suck my dick. I don't like it. Okay, now I got to read again. Sadly, America doesn't allow foreign citizens of foreign heritage to be the president. I'd do a stint to try to help America if they wanted it. I'd be down. Why not? But I want Big Macs. And ooh. And I'd like to have one vacation a year to go down to all the different places that blues came from. Just like hit it up, eat some food with the people, and go sit there and just listen to music. That'd be sweet. Yo, James McMahon. I'm sorry if I fucked your last name. I apologize. What's up, Scotland? Mostly weed. You're not wrong. And I need to. I'll probably eventually quit, possibly one day. But to be fair, like I just like it, and I'm aware of what it does, and I'm painfully aware of the biology of the human body, and so I think I'm gonna allow myself to do that, and you know, I'm just gonna enjoy smoking. Mostly weed. I'm sorry. I'm gonna tell you that even with land races, at least with my work with them, that is still complete bullshit. My humble 2 cents. But that's my humble 2 cents, and we're allowed to disagree and still be right, both in our own personal ideas. Mr. Pot, do you have a place slash PO box I could send a care package to? I have some genetics I'd like to send you. You're in Canada, or I was going to say Canada. I haven't been drinking it at all. You're in Canada, yes? To be fair, the exact sciences of boiling down the piss, I don't know fully. I've never actually mastered the piss boil down. What I was talking about is literally just my mild reading on that because there's some nice ureas in there the plants can like. But it's and there's I believe from Merkel it's like high nitrogen in piss. Um, when you're boiling it out, I think you're just killing some shit. But I don't. I'm not a master on that one. I don't know it intimately. I'm not someone who's utilized that ever in their grows because I've never had to. Um, I was literally just spouting what I've read in the initial first parts of how one does that, and I was like, okay, but I've got a lot of other stuff to read. So that's just me being fucking honest. Sean Infield. Mostly weed? That's okay. I'll go pee, but it's not a fucking thing. Lone Stoner's right. Email me and I can do that. Aha. It was 11.7 million actually, and it was in New Brunswick. And to be fair, like let's not give him too much credit here. Trudeau is a dumbass, and he's a puppet, I think, behind or with some people behind him. But the whole government is what's fucking us as the Canadian people. It's every fucking political party. Doesn't matter if it's the NDP, doesn't matter if it's the Liberals, the Conservatives. They all do something right and do something wrong. And there's different political parties in control. Where Trudeau fucked us, even more than the laws themselves, is by the federal government bitching out, trying to control something on one end, but then bitched out of provincial and municipal law. Therefore, you create a patchwork of bullshit throughout Canada. How are you supposed to have a free trade industry, a healthy industry, when you've got a retarded patchwork quilt of bullshit? You can't leave it up to provinces and municipalities to have differentialities in terms of making the free market. The federal government says this is how it works. It works that way, east coast to west coast. You say you want to eliminate Black market, that's okay, but make it fair trade free market that self-regulates. Bring proper people back in to the fold that you've demonized as criminals that have never been criminals. They've been people that grew wheat. And they also know a fuckload more than you. And they are the people of the industry who voted you in, and then you go rape and sodomize them with your decisions? That's bullshit. But that is where Trudeau fucked us. New Brunswick fucked up because they got left alone to make their own decisions, and they fucked it up royally beyond belief. Dumbasses. 1 second here. Well, exactly. Thank you, Cam, because it's so true. Because Colorado, and it pains me as a Canadian to say, like, you know, like if you would ask me if you went back 10 years, let's say, or 12 years, and you say, like, yo, Pasquash, you think America is going to start legalizing things in a way better than Canada will ever do when it eventually, because I would have said, well, we'll legalize first. We didn't. I mean, they're federally still illegal, but they're so big. So, like, state law, I'm almost going to treat like a country because most of those states have more fucking people than my country does. But it's like, we went and fucked everything up in the way that we knew, and then found a whole bunch of other ways to fuck it up. And we went and managed to alienate a whole fucking community, a whole set of hard-working Canadians that just want to be honest business people and honest fucking farmers. And you make what their life's work has been. You tantalize their vote with legalization, and then you go on a witch hunt and push them out of their own fucking industry. Dear Trudeau, to that I say, fuck you. Pod Squatch is not going to sit here idly by and not fight for the rights of fucking Canadians and human fucking beings in every fucking country. Both wheat titties and normal human rights. But you know what I'm saying, peeps! And on that note, I'm taking a piss. Because it ain't live stream till I take a piss in it. Being on the live stream. Oh, yo, Cam, you still there, man? Can I ask you a question, Cam? That's all right, mostly weed. I'm in love with Kush. Kush is one of my favorite things in the whole world, man. Cameron? So, one. Oh, this will be fun. So, like, my buddy Cam and his wife, they're like, yo, we're getting rid of some clothes and shit. You guys want them? And we're like, yeah, we'll check it out, all right? So, like, one, Cam, in terms of your pant sizes, like, because, like, you know, my buddy Cam, you know, threw some jeans in there and shit. Dude, our pants fit exactly the same. They're very comfortable. But I was wearing that Lords of Gastown shirt, and a lot of people in the bar were asking me about it today. I was just like, yeah, it's a clothing company. Does that shirt mean more than a clothing company? I got a lot of compliments on it too, to be fair, but I didn't understand why. Yeah, I don't have the balls. I lost one to cancer, but I got a ball to give the world, hell. No, ha 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 ha. Is it more than a clothing company? Is it a greater entity, shall we say? They seem to think that. So it's just fucking clothes and a bunch of like-minded motherfuckers. Yo, what's up, DC, baby? Ah, fuck. I was wearing faggot hipster fucking clothes. Oh, no. I'm a poor asshole who feels like the fucking hipsters took everything I loved and plasticized it and made it stupid. Yo, I am that fuck up right now. Empty pockets, what? You're a hipster? I know. And it's like, I'm not hating on the hipster nation that, like, I have an issue with them where I'm going to be like, I want to smack it around. It's not like that. It's just silly. It's silly. Just silly. It's just silly. I know. I wanted to buy more, and now I'm conflicted because I was like, where can I get some more? Because I really did enjoy wearing the shirt. It was fucking funny as shit when people were wearing that. What the fuck? What? Lone Stoner. Oh, pay attention. I know our code. But simply put, I find hipsters and the whole movement a little silly. I mean, because like the hipster movement is very similar to my own in a lot of ways in terms of certain basic ideologies, certain looks, maybe, and even certain things. It just bugs me a bit, just because it's like I don't know. Let's move on. No, and I am me too. Sorry, everyone. I got lost in my own personal misguided bullshit, and that's not what these live streams are about. So I apologize on that one. Let's move on. And is little Irish Squatchy still in the house? I'm not sure who you mean by that, Lee Clark. I'm part Irish, but anyway, sorry everybody getting lost in my attention there because I was just asking a question about the fucking. Oh fuck yeah, Lee Clark. He's in the bedroom with the wife. He sits next to my side of the bed on top of my like. I have this like catacomb of shit where I can just like stash all my shit. So I can. I didn't mean to insult your friends and be all like, oh, hipsters and shit and judging their bikes. I'm sorry. I apologize. Do I personally wash my cocoa? Well, I'll give it a soak, but I'm still gonna treat it though. Yeah, I know. I need a drink. Good call. Sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I feel bad now. I shouldn't have gotten all opinionated in the wrong ways. There's good opinions, and there's opinions you should leave to yourself. Excuse me, cat. You can't go outside. There's bears. They eat you. So, everybody, someone hit me with a new conversation. Let's make this live stream get a whole new life to it. Let's make it happen, baby. Someone say something. Karen, say something. Someone say something. No, I know. Yo, Ted Farmer, baby, what's up? It's going well. It's going well, Ted Farmer. Thank you. I got a big day of weed titty chores tomorrow. But it's been a good day. It's gonna be the first fucking Sunday I don't work. It's the busiest day at the pub, and I'm gonna work on my shit. Um, yes, they're now off. But technically, hey, no one. I'd love to smoke with you sometime too. I just hope you don't mind me having a few beers because I drink beers while I smoke. But no, my plans are in veg though. I'm not worried about turning lights on. If everyone wants to see them, I'll go flip one of the fucking lamps and I'll show you. I don't give a shit. Um, what size pots do you have them in, Stuart Harper? And how big's the room? Okay, Mosh Mosh, we take you in there in a minute. You still there, Cameron, baby? Still there, buddy? I hope I didn't piss you off. I wasn't trying to insult your little friends. I'm sorry. I like their clothes. I wanted more. Was just curious. Okay, good. I'm sorry if I upset you. I didn't mean to like be mean to your friends. I'm sure they're all wonderful people. Let's get drunk. They can show me all their little fancy bikes. I know you don't care. I think you're more like me. I have many friends that are hipsters too. But I openly make fun of them, but with love, and then give them a hug. They're trying. They're doing their best. Oh, Joshua, you have the same name as me legally, so I will take you in there now. Let me finish my cigarette, though. Psychedelic trader. It sounds like he understands the premise of the forever student. 25-liter pots divided by 4 in a gallon. 6 gallon bucket. Yeah, no. No, buddy, that's not going to be enough light, technically. I mean, you can do anything with anything, but in terms of results and what I'm thinking you're wanting to get, if you're wanting to stay with traditional HID, throw another 1,000 watt in there, another 2 Viper Spectres for side lighting, and then you'll be able to do it good. Okay, let's find joint. I'm gonna smoke that Gorilla Glue shit. Hey, Cameron sent an ass. Are you still there? Do you mind if I'm honest with people to share and show my new little babies and tell that story? Can I tell that story? Yo, BFF Slade, what's up? Good morning, baby. How you doing? Welcome to consciousness. Welcome to the world. Well, it's story time, but you know, my boy's got to give me permission, right? Because I'm a respectful motherfucker, man. Okay, everybody. My boy Cameron sent the house here is a very close friend, and he's my homie, man. My fucking like ride or die homie. We live out here together. You know what I'm saying? He lives in the middle of nowhere. I live up the road. And it was funny because we were all hanging out the other day, and remember the live stream where I made that dab a while back. I still had that dab in the fridge. I hadn't collected it, but I was all excited because I knew his wife. She's a very beautiful, nice lady, fucking dope bitch, likes to dab. So I was like, man, like, fuck, I should bring some dabs for you and her to try. And he's like, dude, you know I don't dab. I was like, I know, but I'm gonna make it do it anyway. So I brought them a little bit of my dabs as present. And she loved the dabs. She was like, they're so good. I really like those dabs. So my boy Cameron, he called me up. We're talking on the phone, hanging out on the phone. You know how you do when you're talking homie, like, right. And he's like, "Yo, but buddy, so my wife like really fucking liked those dabs, man." I was like, "Oh, cool, man. That's awesome." I saw her post on the Insta. It was really nice. It touched my heart. I appreciate it. He was like, "No, but like, remember those Violator Kush clones that you saw at my house and that you liked?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I do. What would you say if I traded you some of those clones for some of those dabs? Because my wife like it." And I like, well, how many clones we talking and how much dabs we talking? So we came to terms and I got all excited. I'm like, well then fuck yeah, that sounds great. So, everyone, the first thing before I show you and wake the plants up and show you the weed titties, I'm going to show you the fucking clones. And I'm going to get all set up in little vegging tents tomorrow to keep them going until I get them ready to fucking get this crop done. And I'm going to keep them going. Got other plans. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to send you videos on how that's going to work. But I'm going to show you everybody the little new children we have here at Pasquanch Growers for my boy Cameron and show them to you very quickly. It's going to be very nice. Well, Ronnie Graves, I'm not an autoflower man, and I'm also gifting that tent once I meet my agreement that I said to Mars Hydro, I was like, I will grow one weed plant in your shit and see what it does. But then I'm actually gifting all that equipment to a close friend, my friend Sean. He's an incomplete quantity share, and he wants to try to grow his own weed plant. And his hands don't work. He's an incomplete quad. He broke 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna actually be releasing a new set of videos, trying to set up accessible growing for someone who has their own abilities, and we're gonna fucking make him proud and make grow his own weed titties. Okay, so it's time. It's time for you bitches to see these beautiful ladies. Just see these? Just see these? Look at these. They are beautiful. They are sexy, happy ladies. Tomorrow we give them home. Don't worry, ladies. You're being so strong with just a basic little fucking light there. But these girls are ready. They're ready to show this is what Violator Kush is. We're going to show you the truth and the power of the Violator Kush. We're going to be utilizing those with some Afghanis and some other things in our next grow. Oh no. Cameron. I'm seeing same problem from before. I don't know if it was potentiometer. I think it was timer. They're in veg, but body, look. I don't know if you can see that I switched around the camera angles. Cameron, it stayed on! There's something else broken in variable body. It's timer. Or it's maybe driver. I might have to replace driver on light, but let's try to fix less expensive fix. Those bitches have not done that. I've been checking. Oh, but it's still doing it. So it's not the potentiometer, it's the driver. Oh shit. Unless it's the timer. Okay, so we're not gonna do tests right now. We're gonna figure this problem out that I've just discovered. Luckily, we're still in veg. Cameron knows what we're talking about. Ah, fuck. Woo! Okay, 1 second, everybody. There we go. But regardless, I need to fix that. Cameron, text me tomorrow so I remember to fucking figure that out while I'm working tomorrow in my lab. Okay, but here's the ladies. They're very nice. Ah, you know me, baby. I love you, Cameron. Babies are asleep, so the lids are drooping now because they're asleep. But we show you them very quickly. Show you they're happy, sexy. I'm glad, yes, Cameron, I am very glad we came in while they're asleep. We discovered that I think this light here, the one that's on, hopefully it's timer issue. That's not true, though. To be fair, there's a misfire. The only thing that logically makes sense is because no simplistic timer, even grade to high amperage, would ever have control on power. That's just simply intake to light. So, if intake to light can't be issue, it has to be fact that somewhere in the divided subsect of this driver that's be running 4 quantum panels has one part in section. Maybe there's dually split, so split in 2 in terms of where it sends out power for wiring, or singular. Somehow there's power going into 2 boards and both sides of boards are brighter and then they crescent down. So there is something. There's enough variables here for us to figure it out. I think I have to call company and say, after my tests, I'll grab my voltmeter, I check some shit tomorrow. But I think that's what it is. That's what we gotta do. Oh no, empty pockets. That's what I thought it was last time. I was like, oh, it must have been the stupid Chinese potentiometer that burnt out. Everything is disabled now. There's nothing wired into these lights but themselves. And it can't be the timer. The timer completely controls the intake. So therefore, yep, we got an issue. I'm gonna test some shit tomorrow, and if I need to call this company and be like, motherfucker, this is motherfucker. Crazy Z9, is my grow legal? Yes. I've been a legal grower in Canada for over a decade. Welcome to legal marijuana for personal production ACMPR grow. Hashtag boom. They were just asleep. I woke them up, but we also realized there was a problem. Oh, Cray, Z9, are you asking, is this legal marijuana that's going to be sold by the Canadian government? No. This is a licensed personal grow of a BC grower weed motherfucker. Well, I couldn't speak to you about that, Cray, Z9. Ricky Huggins, I'm a hardcore cloner. Yo, what's up, Nikki Lazes? What's up, Family Outcast? Well, so mostly weed, but mostly weed. Can I ask you a question, though? Could it be possible that then there's been heat on the wiring on the one side of the two boards that has led to a fusing or that separation where it's just a fused singular circuit feeding into the diodes on one part of two sets of boards from the wiring? Like, is that what we're talking about? No, you cannot clone an auto, Kenneth Edwards. You can technically do it. Don't do it. Just don't. Just don't. No. Can you technically root an auto's branch? Yes. You can technically root an auto branch and make it live. Can you grow another plant from it? No. It's just don't. It's not how the genome works. It's just not part of what its capabilities are. Yeah, true. Good job. Good point, Cameron. If you're fucking around with those, and if you want to practice rooting a branch, but if you're doing it during flowering, you're practicing for monster cropping. The screw is causing a short, but it shouldn't be that though. So really, what it could be is then maybe instead, mostly weed is because there's nothing that's actually wired into the board where it could be causing a short. It just doesn't make sense that way. So what I could be needing to do. Maybe the wind currents have adjusted my fucking wires and I've got a loose port creating a short, activating the one side of the board through a low one. Maybe that's it. I doubt it. But I'm going to check everything tomorrow. Thank you for helping stimulating my brain, though, to figure it out, though. So mostly weed. Can I ask you a question? Because you're an LED, mad scientist like myself. So do you think I've got a weird feeling that there's something odd going on my driver, or do you think it's in the rig setup itself? Is it the body or is it the engine? Nikki Laces, I know we established that, but what we're saying is just like speaking in technicalities rather than what one should do. Oh, what? Oh, you mean the connectors, like the little housings that come up off the board that I stuck my wires into? Is that what we're talking? No, the specific driver I have, I believe, I got to double check my video, but I'm pretty sure I have to wire this one in parallel. And if I'm just being limited in my knowledge in terms of the wiring on that, I apologize. How do you get plastic? So replace all the screws. The screws, which screws? The screws that are going into the driver, going through the chassis, because it's aluminum. It doesn't conduct very well, so it must like. But see, there, it doesn't make sense to me. Kenneth Edwards, you can use male plants to ferment and compost into a fertilizer. You can make, um, fuck, you can even fucking make fucking moonshine of that shit. Cameron St. Dennis, fuck yeah. Good way to put it. I like that. Yo, Cams, how was the shroomies? Which shroomies were they? What kind of shrooms? Don't know what that means, but that sounds awesome. Huh. I hope tomorrow I can figure out what's going on with that fucking light. But I'm super glad that I fucking went in there though and saw that. So yo, my friend Cameron taught me this lesson. He's like, motherfucker, you need to always make sure that even at night you should go check because your tech, man, shit could fuck up. And I was like, yeah, because like I was always used to thinking about it, um, about during light times and checking tech then. But he's like, no, check your tech then. And I was like, ah, good point, man. Good point. It's the other half. Just because it's in the ocean doesn't mean it's not there, right? So I hope the fuck I can figure out what the fuck's going on tomorrow with that shit. It might be the driver. I might have to fucking contact the company and get a new driver. Hashtag boom, Sean Enfeld. I can get behind that 100%. DC, especially if you're doing a potted outdoor, the bigger the better. Give it the biggest root ball it can have. Kenneth Edwards, White Widow Auto is something that has been intermixed with something that has hopefully a stable autoflowering gene from a ruderalis species cannabis plant, which means you don't need to change the photo period, right? A feminized white widow is a naturally occurring white widow, and by natural I mean like you haven't fucked with it by mixing it with an autoflower. It's a photo. I should just use that word. Don't say it that way. People get confused. Sorry, talk to myself. So a photo. And so basically, the photo in and of itself is a beautiful thing. But what you're talking about as a feminized seed is something that has been used to genetically alter its genetic makeup so that the seeds it gave out were self-pollinated by forced hermit ball sacks on the wee titty plant. And this is called asexual propagation at its finest, I guess, in a sense, because you're forcing the plant through exterior means to grow ball sacks so it pollinates itself and it knocks itself up. So, but what you're doing is you're creating ball sacks that still contain female genetic material. So that pollen is coming out and knocking itself up, and it's basically, simply put, therefore feminized for the most part. Because all the genetics going into the creation of that seed were created from a genetic source that was a female stable status before we fucked with it. The true thing that if you want to grow a photo and a proper healthy photo, fuck feminized. If you can get your hands on a proper unfeminized white widow photo, that's what you want to do. Learn how to see male genitalia. Like, I mean, it takes a long time before it knocks your shit up. Garden every day, check your shit every day. You'll learn to see it, and that's the way to go, my humble two sales. Joshua, yes, it would be extremely fucking toxic. Don't smoke that shit. Kyle Potier, finally got a live one. Thanks for video. Oh, fuck yeah, buddy. No worries. 1 second here. I need to plug my phone in. Sorry. There we go. A second. This phone has a weird case on it, so it's hard to plug in now. Boom. There we go. Can you imagine a granny asking for crystal meth at a dispensary? To be fair, in the current state of society and broken people, yeah, I could see it in one, a sad, really, really sad, heartbreaking way, and I could two, see it in a way that I'd write it to shoot it short for comedic things. So, yeah, I can. Proper old school separate sea of green there, buddy. Kenneth Edwards, no fucking worries. I wish I had someone when I was first starting growing to teach me things. You know, I never did. You know, when I was a kid and I tried pot very young and I liked it, but I grew up like both my parents are Anglican priests, my mom, my dad. I grew up in a house that the first time I got caught for pot formally, I may have had 6 or 7 pounds under my bed cover when I was a kid. And I was told marijuana was the devil. I turned to my mother and I said, I respect the fuck out of you, but you're a fucking retard. So I had to always learn and try to teach myself on my journey, or at least initial cannabis. And eventually, as I aged, I made friends where I learned things. But I think that's part of why initially I started this channel wasn't necessarily to make a global community or a movement or this or that, which is kind of becoming, and I love it. But was just to try to help people that want to grow weed, because human beings have the right to know how to grow this beautiful plant that can really help them in a bajillion ways. And no government has the right to tell you not to. It's a fucking plant. And as well, I had to fight so hard to learn so many things. If all of you had time machines, it could go back to my earlier years as a grower and watch the many years of me fucking shit up so badly. You would understand why. I one drunk night on August 17th. No, August 10th, 2017. Decided to create a channel. And it happened. And it's turned into whatever you want to call this. I'll call it the Pot Squatch fucking Growers Army. Kenneth Edwards, you're 1 year younger than my dad. That's fucking awesome, bud. Welcome to the beautiful world of growing cannabis. If you don't mind me asking, Kenneth, where are you from, my dear brother? call my puppies gremlins. I'm sorry, Kyle. You guys will eventually figure it out. At least you got some good fucking cooking. But don't worry. I believe all the world over, eventually the rest of the world will figure our shit out. Boondocks where though, DC? Fuck yeah, Southside Baxton. Respect, brother. Kenneth, I'm still curious where you're from. It's okay, you're in a safe place. You're allowed to be honest. Okay, can I have a continent at least? DC? God damn it. Come on, DC. Give me a continent or a country at least. It's about being part of the community. I just am curious. And I'm a little drunk and high, so I'm not going to let this go. Give me something and I'll be happy. Well, mostly weed. You never know. Oh, Ice Clark. All the vegetables are in the garden. We've got some Afghani clones in here still now. I won't lie to you. The herbs are still in here, and I haven't transplanted. But these are some Afghanis that we got. The top of my head, I can't remember the name of Buddy or his production company. He has a little production company in town that in close to where I live. And I met him at a pub, and he's like, "Shit, man, I got these plants. I don't know what to do. If you don't take them, I'm gonna kill them." I said, "What are they?" He said, "They're Afghanis, Afghani indicas." And I was like, "Nah, fuck, I can't turn the plant away. Bring it fucking over to my house, and I'll take care of it." So we're gonna incorporate those into the fucking sexy violator cushions that we got from Cameron. We're gonna fucking make a fucking awesome next run. They're gonna be fucking dope as shit. Metaphorically and literally dope shit, you know. Hashtag man. Well, exactly, Lee Clark. I'm loving their super tight noodles and just watching them. And I've made them struggle a little bit. I didn't water them for 5 days because I wanted to watch what they do. I'm a bit of a sadistic prick when it comes to new genetics, but that is part of my technique. I'm never going to actually kill them, but I want to see what they do. I want to watch them. I want to learn from them. I'm watching and thinking and watching. And now I've got them bouncing back because I understand them. Even the tiniest little one that came, he's like, it hasn't grown in weeks. And I've been making her fight harder than anyone. Just to prove herself. She has. I've got a weird feeling she's going to make the dankest bud titties of them all. I'm always a rooter from the underdog. Kenneth Edwards, you're in Pemberton? You're just fucking like a draw there. Well, take a number of hours, but dude, sweet. We should go for a beer sometime. Sweet dreams, Cameron. Rest well, my brother. I'm gonna fucking tune this one out soon myself, because I need to go to bed. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I love you, man, and thank you for being here. What's up, Dr. Dank? Hit me, baby. What's up, Simon Mascoul? How you doing? Lord Bing Secondary, 2006. Vancouver, BC. Well, I'm not quite there, but I'll get there soon. Yo, what's up, Frosty Nug Thane? I'm all right. You're tuning in the last, like, maybe 5 or 10 minutes of this, but I'm doing well. What's up, Stuart Parkins? Welcome back, baby. Hashtag bro. Everyone, Cameron St. Dennis has been Biker Squatch the whole time. Just letting you know. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I was respectful. That was his choice to reveal himself, and it just happened. Cameron St. Dennis has been Biker Squatch the whole time. Love you, buddy. Peace out, Biker Squatch. I know what you guys just did. It's fine. Whole time. The whole time. Yep, the whole time. Oh, I hate sativas, but I love cheese. Cheese is one of my favorite strains ever, and I hate sativa. Yo, what's up, Amsterdam? Crap, I think the only real Dutch sentence I can remember off the top of my head is a dirty one. I'm sorry, Cobra D. So I'll just say, what's up? I'm just finishing the beer and like the birds are waking up. You hear that? I just heard the first bird of waking up just now. Well, I think they've been going for a while, but yeah, it's starting to happen. Birds are waking up here. Silly birds. Who me? I'm smoking a cigarette. I smoke cigarettes. Oh, few days. In a few days. Fries nugs. Probably Wednesday. We're going to be doing a lot of videos tomorrow and sharing about the preparations for that, for this one, and what we're going to do. It's okay. At least they're pretty sounds, most of it. And they're actually, I kind of appreciate it. It's like, because like, sometimes I get distracted. I forget time. And I'm like, oh, wait, maybe I should probably go to bed. That shit happens. I'm an indica guy myself, Brian McGregor. I love my indica. Fuck yeah, nice. Joshua, that sounds very good. So, my friends, I'm going to finish this cigarette and then I'm going to go finish that beer. We're going to finish this up. So, does anyone have any pertinent questions or things to bring up to at least my personal attention? You're welcome to chat with each other as well before I eventually have to go to bed. Definitely, it definitely is true, Danny from Jersey. Andy, I did not. I've got it cranked to max, I think, or at least from what I could tell. I've got her hung as high as that thing that they sent me, the little yo-yo does for flour. I will be mounting it on the top of the grow tent and getting rid of the yo-yo. Doesn't go high enough, so I'm getting rid of that shit. I'm gonna take some thick wire, make some hangers. I'm gonna hang it at the top of that grow tent, tie that bitch down tomorrow in the video. I'm gonna flour that bitch. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna clear the fuck out of it too and trim a bunch of shit. Ooh, 70's not good. Um, to be honest with you, Kyle, like the only thing, if you're already doing that, you need to get a bigger dehumidifier. You're underpowered. You need a bigger power to that shit, man. Love you, Stuart. Is it blue skies in Plainfield? I mean, it looks like, or you're not talking to me probably, unless it means Canada then. Maybe, like it's looking maybe, but it always gets gray in the morning here. Happens, psychedelic trader. There could still be stable things in there, man. Yo, J. Cali Buzz, I'm sorry, brother. I'm actually on my tuning out here, brother. But you can tune back in and watch the whole thing if you'd like to. I'm sorry. I'm just really tired, and it's like 4:18. It's 2 minutes from 4:20. Okay, I'll have a toke then. Wait till 4:20. I'll have a toke for you, and then I gotta go. Okay, so it's now 4:19 in British Columbia, Canada. This is the perfect time, I guess, as a stoner to maybe end the live stream. So we're waiting for 4:20, and then I'm gonna light the joint and say goodbye. Bum 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 bum. Fuck it, I'm lighting it now. We can still get it at excited at 4:20 when it changes. Let's just didn't want to wait. Danny from Jersey, yes, but like I don't smoke sativas as much as almost ever because they cause me a lot of anxiety. I'm an indica motherfucker. Fuck yeah, Frosty, no thing. Hit that shit. 4:20. It's 4:20 now, everybody. Happy 4:20 from British Columbia, Canada. BC Bud, baby. Canadian weed titties. Happy 4:20, everybody, but Pot Squatch must need to go now because one, I have a shitload of work and I really need to wake up and do it, so I'm going to. I need to get some sleep. Happy 12:20, baby. Everybody's still 4:20. Pot Squatch loves you. I love all you, my fellow Pot Squatches. Pot Squatch grow with army, let's stand, let's love, let's be human fucking beings. We are the storm, we are the love. We are the future if we decide to make it. Peace out, everybody. I fucking love you. I need to go. I'm sorry, but I love you. It's 4:21 now. Goodbye, my friends. Don't be afraid to take risks. Don't be afraid to be yourselves. Uncle Pot Squatch loves you. And will always be there for each and every one of you as best as I can. I miss emails. Keep emailing me. I'm a dumbass. But I'll eventually get around to it or in a live stream, bring attention to it, and that'll help. But I get a lot of emails now, but I'm going to still try to be there for all of you. Doesn't matter how big we get. I love you. Peace and love. Rock and roll! Last sip of the beer to finish the live stream. Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's what I drink. PBR, Canada, you should sponsor us. Peace and love.